Hey guys. So, I am going to tag some people because I didn't even tell anybody that I was going live. But I'm tagging the people now because I want all the people to know why I sample like I do, what I do, and so you guys can ask any questions that you have and be ready to go. So if anybody has any questions about samples, please feel free to go ahead and ask them. I am more than happy to answer those for you. If you are popping on, go ahead and tag any team members that you have. So that way lots of people can hear this message while it's live, because I've actually noticed that a lot of people don't go back and watch videos after they've been posted. And we need to make sure that people are actually going back and doing those things. So anyways, guys, I am coming at you live from my office because I just did my very first bingo party. And I already had everything all set up. So I wanted to make sure that I came and shared with y'all. So anyway, sampling with a purpose. So let me know if you have any questions about samples first off. And I'm going to show you what I have and what I do and why I do it. Okay? So number one, reorganized my office. Sorry, I'm about to fall. So you can see I have this lovely setup here now. So it's going to be much easier for me to do online parties because I already have everything set up over there. I'm so proud of myself. I've moved things. I've got stuff set up. And watch, I even did this. I'm really proud of myself. Bailey, you're going to be so proud. I was crafty and I got these little touch lights. So those ones that don't have warmers in them, they even have lights in them. So proud of myself. Anyways, so, sorry guys, sidetracked for a second. I have this handy dandy sample cart, okay? So when I make samples, guys, I make bulk samples because sampling in itself is not income producing. It's not making you any money to spend your whole day Saturday making a bunch of samples, right? So the only sample that I have to wait on to be made is my scent of the month, okay? So when my scent of the month comes, Bailey, don't you go work on your office. You do income producing things first, okay? This was what I did over the weekend when I was locking myself for quiet time. So the only sample that I have to make when it comes in is my scent of the month samples. Everything else is already made. So I keep things made all the time, okay? So I have my scent of the month made. When they come in, I make them automatically. I put one bar to the side, and I already have, I made 100 samples from one bar. One bar, guys, made me 100 samples. And I have these little felt cutouts, and all I did was put the little scratch and sniff sticker on there. I also had created some stickers, which is the Be Fabulous, which I already put in there, right? And I said it was available in Scentsy Bar, Room Spray, and Scent Circle, and I said what scent it's in. This is actually like stuff behind it, okay? So because I made 100 samples from one bar, I needed more flyers. So all I did was take this flyer that I already showed you guys. I added my contact info. I printed them to a page, and those are already done. So I already sent out all my mail outs, so I know that all of these samples are for bagging customer orders. And they're right here in my little handy dandy cart, okay? So those are the only things that I have to make monthly, okay? Now, let me preface this. Let me preface this right now. I have been doing this for 4 years. You do not need to go and spend $5,000 on making all of these samples. Don't do it. There's no reason to until you are making money. If you just joined, don't look at everything that I'm doing and think, oh my God, I need to go do all of that. No, you need to invest in the scent of the month and get those samples out to everybody. Everything else comes with time. So if you're brand new, just worry about the scent of the month. Don't worry about all the rest of the stuff. Your people will be fine. You'll be able to make samples of other things as you host your own parties and get your free and half off. I never pay full price for anything that I'm sampling. Everything that I'm sampling, I get for free, besides the scent of the month, because that's a business investment. Okay? So I made counter clean samples. Okay? These are Sunkissed Citrus counter clean samples. I printed off the label directly from the samples group. Okay? I have a bin full of samples made. Okay? I used 2 things of counter clean. I printed off those labels. My husband made the samples while he was watching TV. Super simple, already made. Now, the people are not getting that sample if they're not a good customer. If there's somebody who's buying 3 bars once every 3 months, they're not getting my good samples. Why? Because I need them to spend more money with me to give them away, give them something that costs me more money. And I know that sounds crazy, but like buying these bottles costs me money, right? And if it's not somebody that I can just drop this off to, this is going to cost me more money to ship. Okay? Now, the reason why I did Sunkissed Citrus and I did Johnny Appleseed. I have 2 different ones, right? I did those 2 because number 1, Johnny Appleseed is new and popular, and Sunkissed Citrus is available in like every product. So you want to choose products or choose scents that are available in lots of different products. Okay? So I have Scentsy Fresh samples. I did Clean Breeze. And I literally just printed off these labels from that store. So when I did this, I ordered a bunch of stuff from Amazon all at one time. My husband was cussing me out, but he sat there and he made them all. And why? Because now it's done and I don't have to worry about it. And so when I say I'm going to make my sunshine bags tomorrow, which I'm just going to be making some bags that I'm just going to give to people that are nice if I have to go to the grocery store, or I'm actually probably going to ask some of my VIPs to like give me somebody's name and address that's a healthcare worker and let me just send them some stuff. I'm going to do that. But I already have these things made. Okay. I have Scentsy Soak samples. These are bags I got. I think Liza showed them to me. I printed it off. I bought a bag of Scentsy Soak and made those labels. And then made all of these samples at one time. I like making Scentsy Soak samples because they're easier to mail than the bottles. I have the body packs from the Scentsy Success. Now, what I did with these, though, is on the back, I made a label that said Go-Go Mango, and I told all of the different products that it was available in. Why? Because if they fall in love with that scent, they need to know that this is also available in a scent circle, in a wax bar, etc. And I just pop that label on the back. I keep those labels saved so that anytime I make something with Go-Go Mango, I put that on there. Johnny Appleseed. This is a different sample that I just give in orders. I give my people all kinds of samples because I never know what they're going to like. My label just says it's available in a bar, scent circle, room spray, counter clean, dish soap, bathroom cleaner, all-purpose cleaner. Like I said, I make samples of things that are available in a lot of products because that makes the most sense, okay? That's a sample that I made. I make washer whiff samples in those same bags. This is an older sample. This is Go-Go Mango. So I need to get these all out of my house, okay? Yes, I usually do label them with my contact info, but for the most part, these are all going in orders of people that I know, and I'm putting them in bags, or I'm sending them in samples and putting them in my Maven. So these usually, especially these more expensive samples, these aren't going to people that I don't know, because these are more expensive. It costs me more money to buy these bags and these bottles than it does like these. If I'm giving away just like a bunch of felt samples, then I'll probably put them together and put my contact info on it, because that'll be something that I'd most likely give somebody that I don't know. But things like this, I honestly haven't, just because I don't want to use all of my expensive Vistaprint labels on these when I'm giving them to people I know, if that makes sense. Ask me any other questions that you guys have as I'm talking. You can also get the stuff, the laundry samples from Scentsy Success. So like I have these clothesline ones that I got in my whiff box. I get the whiff box every month as an investment. I get it on the 1st. I order it in my first of the month party, so I have it right away and I can open it live. I don't use these myself. I popped my label on the back of it, and I'm going to give this to a customer. Okay? And then like this one was in Amazon. This is an Amazon Rain one, and I said on the back what they were available in. Okay? And then, so these scratch and sniff stickers, guys, they are really good as long as your people know that they need to scratch and sniff them. So I have them for laundry, and I also have them for the cleaning line. And I added at the top that it's scratch and sniff so that they can scratch and sniff. And I tell them if they love these scents, they are available in multiple other products. So these, go in a lot of my orders as well. I've had a lot of success with those with the new releases. I don't know that I've had as much success with the laundry samples and the cleaning samples, the scratch and sniff, but I will say that the new releases have done me really well. Hold on. Okay. Now, the reason why I do all of this at one time is because we're all strapped for time. We all have crazy busy lives with lots of things going on. Now, I bought these postcards from Scentsy Success. It's the mini fan diffuser. I actually uploaded this label for you, and I know it looks kind of not great, but I didn't have time to like recreate the wheel. So I bought these for $3 in Scentsy Success. I printed my own labels. I stamped them, and what I do is I put this sample on there with it. Why? Because I love prickly pear and agave pods. They're strong. I've done really well with them, and it's available in lots of other products. Guys, I'm not going to go and waste my time sampling something like that's only available in a bar. And I'm going to talk about what I do with the new releases, but it tells them all the different things that it's available in. Okay. And then this label says mini fan diffusers are available, only $15. They're available in 3 different colors. Scentsy Pods features and benefits up to 120 hours of fragrance, no spill, instant fragrance, and I have listed all of the different scents in there. Okay, so I have that ready to go on my cart. Pretty much everybody, if I'm bagging up an order that's local, I mean, they're getting like all the things. And that's how you get people into other products besides wax. Because if you're only selling wax, you're limiting yourself. There's going to be people who don't want to buy wax. I have customers that don't buy wax. They only buy whiffs from me. Or now they're breaking into the mini fan diffusers. And if you're not like really, really selling the mini fan, the Scentsy Go, and the wall fan diffusers, you've got to do that because we are the only people that they can get refills from. And it's an amazing product. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to finish up. So this is a flyer I found on one of those flyers groups. It just says the Scentsy fragrance flower. It tells the different scents that it's available in. It tells me how much. And I literally am stapling this pink cotton sample to it. And I just chose scents that my customers typically like or that I think smell pretty good and that have been pretty popular. Pink cotton is pretty popular, so that's why I picked it. Again, I hosted my own party and got these bars for free, okay? And then once again, it tells what the products are available in. I staple it to it. I pop it in their order, okay? Last 2 things that I do. I have these. So what I do a lot of times, I don't use the dryer discs as much, just because I use a whole lot of whiffs. So a lot of times when I'm getting my laundry love, I take those dryer discs, and what I do is I pull them apart. So you open up the box and you have 2, when you get the box, you have 2 dryer discs, right? If you use yours, don't worry about it. But I've noticed that since I started doing this for my good customers, they really love it. I do this a lot for if I send out a freebie Friday where I'm like, order online from this party link and you're going to get some freebies. I've been sending dryer discs and a scent circle and some samples. Why? Because they can pop this right into their dryer. It's going to make their clothes smell good. And I'm getting 2 samples out of a box, right? So all I do is I put a freebie because I appreciate you, because I want them to know that that's what I did. And then I literally just printed out the sample thing from that group, and instead of putting it on a label, I just did it on a piece of paper and I stapled it to it. I pop it in an envelope and I'm sampling. But you guys want to sample things that they're not already buying, because people are scared to go and spend $10 on or $7 on a dryer disc, and they don't know if they're going to like it or not. So you can buy a 3-pack of dryer discs. I think a 3-pack is 20, so you get it half off for 10, and then you have 6 freebies to give away. So that's what I do for that. And I just do that every once in a while. I obviously always get scent circles, but I have them down here in my bin already made. So I'm not scrambling when somebody orders online or I'm ready to do a freebie Friday. I have them. And I give these away also to good customers that are buying a lot. If they don't buy laundry from me, they don't buy the laundry care, I want to break them in. I may give them, and I actually do have these as well, and I promise I'm almost done. I have these like VIP sample packs. So these VIP sample packs are packs that I give to really good customers. And it's a scent soft, it's a laundry liquid, and then I have a dryer disc in there as well. This is a big sample. I'm not giving this to just anybody. I'm giving this to somebody who's already spending money with me, so they can go and do their whole load of laundry and experience that scent. And that's why I already have it bagged up. Okay? And then the only other thing that I'll say, I do sample the new releases because people want to be able to smell those. Like I said at the beginning of the season, I did the scratch and sniff stickers, which have worked awesomely for me. But you have to follow up if you're going to use them, and you also have to make sure your people know that they're scratch and sniff, because they used to say rub and smell on them, and I don't think they say that anymore. They say try my scent of the month. They used to say rub and smell. I swear they did. So you got to make sure your people know that. Now, for the brand new scents, what I did was I took 1 bar of each of the brand new scents that I got for free by hosting my own party, and I made all of these. I made all the different scents, and I just crinkle cutted them, because I'm not going to go and make all those felt samples, because that's going to take way too much time. But I just did crinkle cut. I have my QR code that goes directly to my website. It tells them what the scent is, the description. Now, the reason why these are in these different bags are because these are smell-proof bags. So I can put, like, for instance, these right here are all in one bin full of samples, okay? Because they're in smell-proof bags. But, for instance, my Johnny Appleseed, where are they at? My Prickly Pear and Agave and my Mini Fan stuff are in these cheaper bags, but they're not stored with other scents. Because if you end up storing them all together in the bags that you can already smell through, the scents are going to kind of like cross over to each other, and they're not going to be able to smell it as well. But like I said, it just depends on how you're storing them. If you're going to store them all separate, then just continue to use those smaller bags. But because I just needed more space, that's what I did. Okay? I have been cleaning a lot, and I've shared a lot, a huge response, making cleaning samples. Yes, so I talked about that at the beginning. Cleaning samples are great. You should definitely be sharing how you're using them, because your customers are not going to buy things if they don't know that you're using them yourself. If you're not using them yourself, you need to host your own party so that you can use those products, because you need to be able to give them an honest opinion. I had a customer today asking me about a specific oil, about ginger tea and lime, and I said, well, girl, I don't like ginger. I don't like it. I said, but my girlfriend Cindy loves ginger, and she's obsessed with that oil. I said, so in my personal opinion, I don't like it, but if you like ginger, my girlfriend said that you're going to love it. So if you haven't smelled those things or you're not using them, it's going to be really hard it's going to be a really hard share, because remember, we're shares people, not sales people. It's going to be really hard to get them to buy into that. And guys, I'm honest with people. I don't always like the scent of the month. Sometimes I have to give that bar away or give those bars away. And that's okay, because guys, there's going to be people who love scents that you hate. And there's going to be scents that you hate that your customers love. And so you have to make sure that you're making samples of things that are going to benefit everybody. But like I said at the beginning of this video, I've been doing this for 4 years. Don't go and spend $5,000 on samples or making all the things. You bulk sample what you have to save your time. And if you just join, just do scent of the month. Scent of the month is perfectly fine. And as you continue to grow, you can buy more things. You can invest 10% back into your business and buy the body sample packets. You can do whatever it is you need to do. Does anybody have any questions? The biggest thing I want you guys to know is that sampling, number one, is not income producing initially. You have to make the samples, get them in people's hands, and then follow up with them for them to be income producing. You want to sample things that people aren't already using. So if everybody in your client group is already using wax, invest in trying to sample some washer whiffs. Invest in trying to sample some counter clean, because you want to be able to break your people into other product lines as well. And don't spend more than you're making. Like, if you just joined, I just want to keep saying that, because I don't want people to look at my sample cart and be like, I can never do that. Guys, this is 4 years in the making. 4 years. Okay, so I just make those. You mean like this that says Go-Go Mango available in? I literally just go to Avery and I type it in. If you go into my Google Drive, I have a folder that's called labels, and a lot of times they're in there already. And I use the 1.5 inch circle labels. I usually share all the labels that I make. So I just make it in Avery because it's easier. These aren't already made. So that's what I do. Yeah, I mean, and they've said before, washer whiffs are like the gateway drug. And if you can get people loving washer whiffs, I'm telling you, that's like, especially in the summer when a lot of people aren't home. I mean, maybe everybody's still going to be home because of this virus stuff. But definitely sample that. Yeah. Did you do updated ones, Jen? I know you had done it, I think in the fall, maybe. I'm not sure if you've done them again in the spring. But yeah, Jen did it. And it was like, what she did was she had all of the different scents on one label. So all you would have to do, and I think that's where I got most of mine from, all you would have to do is go in and like copy that label and then paste it into your template, so you could just print a whole sheet of Go-Go Mango or whatever. But then all the rest of my labels, I literally get from that samples group. And then these right here with my QR code, I just typed it into Avery. Yeah, so if you go back and look in the files, guys, I don't remember what she named it, but it's there. So maybe not all of them, but a lot of the scents are in there. Just check your catalog and stuff to make sure that all of those products are still available in those scents, because I know a couple things may have discontinued. But yeah, anybody else have any questions? Like I said, I just have this little cart right here, and it just sits in here in my office. Everything's already made, so when I go to package my parties, everything's ready and I can just pop it in bags. All right. So I love y'all. I hope you have a good night. You guys have killed March so far. I can't wait to see where we end. And I'm just praying over all of y'all's businesses. Y'all have a good night.